What's going on, guys? This is Jrscorpio with Just Real Solution Leaders, and wanted to thank you again for being here with me on this beautiful Sunday. And today I want to talk about something that actually came up in my interview with my brother a few weekends ago, and that was something that he said. Kind of just it hit me, and we talked about it off camera. Of course, you guys didn't see that, but what he said was, when we were talking about fear and children being fearless, he talked about being alone through situations and everything, just kind of feeling that it was on him. And I disagree with that. I feel that if you surround yourself with the right people and you have the right people in your life, that you're never alone. And I think a lot of you know that. I feel that definitely we need to touch base on, we need to talk about. And the particular topic that I want to talk about is getting rid of negative people in your life, what that looks like, how to do it, and how to stay on track with it, and whether or not to make that decision, at all. So, guys, I want you to think about any time you've told anybody about something great that you've done. Whether you graduated from school, whether you had a great business, acquisition that went through, something in your life when you've just told somebody that, your success story, how did they react? There's quite a few different ways that people might react. Hopefully, you're getting reactions of, awesome, that's great, great job, I'm so happy for you. But a lot of times, you might not get that, right? You might get silence. You might get someone who's kind of happy for you, but then you hear from somebody else that they were saying this or that behind your back, and so they're not truly happy for you. They may even be a little bit envious. And so, guys, you want to have conversations with these people. I don't think you want to be so quick to just kick them out of your life, especially if it's family. A lot of us, we have family that also are very negative people, but have conversation with them, sit them down, how they they portray to you, and tell them how they make you feel. Tell them how, when you had this huge success story and they rebutted with something or tried to one-up you, that you didn't appreciate that, and that wasn't okay. I think it's really important to have these conversations, and I think it's also important to note that once you've had these conversations, guys, and they continue to be a negative influence in your life, you got to really start to look and ask yourself, how many more times am I going to allow them to bring me down? How many more times am I going to allow that negativity in my life? And ultimately, if that answer is, I've tried everything that I can, then it's time to move on. Regardless of them being family, friends, if they've been in your life for 10, 20 years, it's time to just move on, guys. And you've got to put a fine line. We should all have a threshold. And if you're constantly working past that threshold, you're damaging yourself. You're bringing negativity into your life, unneeded negativity that's keeping you away from your success. So, look at those things, have these conversations with people, kind of some things that you can do to help. So be someone who, when they're down, be there for them. Tell them, that this is a phase, this is something that, you're gonna get past. Tell them to keep grinding, keep working hard. These things are all things that people appreciate, and we all need people when we're feeling down, be that for them, and hopefully that helps them to open up to be that for you too. Surround yourself with great people, guys. If you have mentors, hopefully, if you don't, then find mentors, find people that do what you do, find people that you enjoy being around, that just bring this positive energy to you every single time, that want to build you. Every time you're with them, you learn something. These are people you want to surround yourself with. The most successful people do this. They surround themselves with other successful people. They don't deal with nonsense. That's why they say no to so many meetings. You know, their time is extremely valuable, and so is yours, every single one of ours, because life truly is short, guys. And when we're sitting here and we're wasting our time with this negative energy, there's no time for it. Because before we know it, that negative energy has now lasted for 30 years. And our potential dwindles every single day. Every single day our potential dwindles as we get closer to death. So keep those things in mind. If you can't find, if you're not a person that likes to go out and you don't enjoy networking, it's just not fun for you, then resort to the next best thing. Pick up a book. Pick up a book written by other great influencers. You know, not every single person out there is trying to get high volume book sales and try to make a ton of money. A lot of these people, you know, fortunately for us, a lot of these people want just to get this information out here. They want to get that information out and help them in the same way that it's helped them in their life and how they grew. And they're sharing their success story and the processes that they went through to get to that success. You know, now, books only work when you apply it to your life, right? You know, everyone can write down something, they can give you all the answers, but if you try to take shortcuts and you cheat, or you don't, you just, you know, you simply read it one time and you never go back and you try to practice any of these steps, then these things aren't going to work for you either. So, you know, when you do that, it's about doing your due diligence and going that extra mile and applying every single step. My advice to you when it comes to reading a book is read one chapter slowly, go back and reread it. And as you read it, see what principles that they're using in there. A lot of times they even outline them and tell you, they'll specifically say, do this for the rest of this week. You know, do that and do it, truly do it. If it's something as just opening a door for someone else and doing a nice gesture every single day for a week, do it. The thing is you have to do it and you got to be consistent about it. And then eventually it becomes a part of your everyday life. It becomes routine. And so everything in our life is about routine. And so guys, really dig into this. Negative people, get them out of your life. You don't need it. And we certainly, we want to be surrounded again by successful people that bring positive vibes. And that's my message for today, guys. And I know it was short, it was sweet, it was quick, but I also know that these last videos were pretty long and overly long if you ask me, but I wanted to get back to kind of the basics, and this is more of what my videos are going to be like. I want to share this stuff with you guys because these are processes that I'm going through too. I'm doing this right along with you guys. Do I have negative people in my life? Yes. But I've also had a lot of great people in my life, and you know, not to say that these negative people didn't have a spot in my life, because they did at some point, right? At some point, they provided something for me, and that's why we were friends. And but as life goes on, you know, we grow, they grow, and I think it's important to know when to walk away, when to step away, when you can no longer do anything for one another, or maybe they move to a different town, you move to a different town, y'all are both in totally different industries. You know, it's happened to me. You have to decipher whether that friendship is still something that makes sense. And if y'all are going two totally separate directions, that's fine. You know, again, take that time that you had with them and cherish that. You know, forgive people that have been negative influences in your life. And you know, thank them, because there are still lessons learned. There's lessons learned in every communication. Every time we meet somebody, there is something to learn. So guys, if you like this video today, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think of this topic in particular. Leave your comments down below. If you don't agree with something, let me know and let's talk about it. You know, the reason for me making these videos is not just to inspire people, but I want to be inspired as well. And I can learn from a lot of you out here. So leave the comments down below. Let's talk about stuff. And if you have content that you want me to bring go ahead and leave that in the comments as well, and I'll do my best to bring that out. Until next time, guys, thank you.